Hello, Oren here. Now, today I'm going to talk to you about running an accounting firm in 2025. Now, I've been running my firm for over 20 years and it doesn't get easier. It actually gets harder. Can't you tell by my grey hair? So it's bloody difficult to run an accounting firm today. You've got all the compliance work you've got to deal with, whether it's tax returns or accounts production, understanding and dealing with all that, but then all the other many layers that are out there that need to be addressed, whether it's dealing with the team, finding a team, the marketing and getting clients, understanding the technology and then kind of evolving and getting new technology implemented and then trained into your team. My goodness, it is so kind of varied, but at the same time so demanding on you. So if you're going to own a firm, you're going to run an accountancy firm, don't think it's going to be an easy ride. It's actually very challenging. And I think as technology evolves, it may get easier, but at the same time, it may get harder. Now we hear all the time, AI is going to change this, AI is going to change that, we're going to lose jobs, and that may happen. But whilst that hasn't happened yet, you've still got to be able to run a firm, get the dollars in, get the pounds in, and then ultimately deliver a service to your clients whilst having a motivated team. Now, I've made every mistake out there over the years, but one area that I've kind of got pretty much right in the last few years is the offshoring and outsourcing side of things. And that's really allowed me to grow my firm and allowed me to scale my firm. Now, prior to doing that, prior to offshoring and not having my own dedicated team overseas, it was really difficult. I'd have some team members here, but we didn't have enough resource to actually look at other aspects of the business, to look at how we're going to chase kind of new ideas or put in new ideas to implement in, or whether we're going to look at tax ideas, or whether we're going to look at finance function ideas for clients. So having an offshore team has really changed my firm, and it's allowed me to become scalable, because before it wasn't scalable. My firm just wasn't scalable. I'd hit a plateau and I wasn't growing. But now, with an overseas team, offshore, based in India, it's actually allowed me to scale. I can hire more people to do more jobs, whilst at the same time managing the profitability of the firm carefully. Now, the way I do it, and I'll tell you how I do it, I was working with third-party firms for many years, overseas, and then I decided one day I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to set up my own offshore facility, and that's what I did. Okay, I set up a company in India. I then started hiring people, and now I've got a decent-sized team in India helping running my firm here in the UK. Now, one of the questions I always get from many other accountancy firm owners is asking, well, I work with someone else, I work with a firm that provides me manpower, but should I actually look at doing what you've done, Aaron? Should I set up my own captive, my own kind of global capability centre, albeit maybe a small centre? Should I have my own staff? Should I run it like that? And in truth, once you hit a certain number of people in your team, it's probably worthwhile you doing that. So rather than going through an offshoring agency, what you would do is set up your own company in India or wherever you want to do it. And then from that, you hire people and then you deal with labour laws and all of that stuff. You deal with kind of motivating things, but they're all under your umbrella because that company is ultimately a subsidiary of your own company here in the UK. Well, I'd say if you're employing, or you've got more than a size of 10 to 15 people overseas, working through an agency, working through another company over there, or a partner over there, then I'd suggest you start looking at going down that direct ownership route, because it can make a massive difference in terms of kind of team culture, a massive difference in terms of getting the work done, massive difference ultimately you kind of having those people under your umbrella, and you can control what they do. And of course, ultimately, you're saving money if you're directly controlling them, because you don't have to pay a margin to a supplier. But one of the really big areas, which I think is going to become more important over the next few years, is the point of if you have your own kind of team overseas, which is fully owned by you, that will have a massive impact on your valuation of your business, because what you've done is ultimately provided a scalable factor into your firm, because you can add more people, you can add more team members, whether they're accountants, whether they're bookkeepers, whether they're AI people, whether they're data analyst people, whether they're tax experts, whatever it may be, but you've got a plentiful supply of people overseas, which tend to be at a lower cost than what we would have here in the UK or if you're in the US. So it's so important to think about the long term. And long term, having your own firm with your own team under your umbrella, not a third party, but your own umbrella, if you're looking to grow and scale, is probably the right route for you. So how do you go about doing it, you might be thinking? Well, what do I do? Well, you may have no idea, no clue at all, and that's fine. There are people like me, people like my firm, who can help you set up. So if you wanted to say, I want to set up a company in India, I need to get a bank account, I need to comply with labour laws, employment laws, I need to find people, I need to find an office, I need to deal with all that kind of infrastructure side of things, then get in touch. The direct ownership model, or the kind of captive, there's so many terminologies that's used around this, is very, very workable if you've got a team or you're looking to have a team of over 10 to 15 people. And when you start hitting that number, you can then start adding and growing and getting more and more people onto your books, and that then allows you to get more clients, and the knock-on effect can be massive. Now, I have my team based in India, and my team are liaising directly with clients here in the UK, talking to them, liaising with them, providing information, doing their work, getting the work done. And you know what? It works really, really well. There's no kind of difficulty in language, there's no difficulty in technology. And ultimately what's happening is that the clients are getting the work done in an efficient manner, at a good price point for themselves. The team in India are motivated because they're getting a good job and they're earning well. And ultimately the stress and my grey hair, whilst I'll still have grey hair, will hopefully diminish. So if you're going down that route, get in touch with me. It's not always going to be a straight ride. It's never, things take time, and it takes a strategic thought to actually think, okay, how am I going to run this? How am I going to do this? But one last thought is that in this world of AI, in this world of the changing accountancy space, you need to start thinking about other people that will need to join your team. So just very recently myself, I've hired a couple of AI engineers out of India. Now, I couldn't afford to do that if I was hiring people here in the UK. It just wouldn't be affordable for my small to medium firm. But I've managed to secure some great people, some great talent in India who are going to be employed by my firm, who are helping me with AI development, AI ideas, and new software kind of solutions that we're going to be providing to our client base. So again, if I can do it, you can do it. You just need to be able to take that step. And so if you need someone to assist you in taking that step, I'm here, give me a shout, and we'd be delighted to help. Cheers.